So yeah, this is not a pie, but it's a pie. Well, it's a pie because of the shape, not a pie because of what's in there, but I think because it's the shape of a pie and whatever's in there makes it the shape of the pie, we're gonna call it a pie, even though it's not a pie. Is everybody clear on that? The best part of it though is it's for Christmas. We're gonna give this a real nice Christmassy flavor. And let me tell you something. If you leave cookies and milk out for Santa, skip the cookies, leave him a piece of this, he will love it. And this is such an easy thing to make. We're starting with some bread. I've got some leftover brioche hamburger buns, some regular white bread. You can really use any sort of bread you like in this. I don't know that I would use wheat bread for this because it's more of a sweet thing, but this is going to be great. Now you could use a knife and chop it up, but because this is going to become a bread pudding, all these pieces are going to mash together. So tearing it up works great. So just take some bun, start ripping. Doesn't have to be in tiny pieces, you know, something like that is fine. And then just start filling a bowl with the pieces you tear up. Get some of our white bread, rip it up. The brioche is nice in this because it already has a really good sweetness to it. It's funny, I know a lot of my cooking stuff is barbecue and you know, that's sort of the thing that got me started in this, but the name of my channel is Cooking with Rye. I love cooking everything and especially desserts. And so I do like to put out a dessert video every now and then, and they're fun to do. They taste great. You know, everything doesn't always have to be out at the barbecue, although I have made this bread pudding, this type of bread pudding out on the grill. Works great. You can do a bread pudding similar to this in a cast iron Dutch oven out on the grill. It all works great. Now, one thing is you want to have a little bit of extra bread ready in case once we add the custard we're making, it seems a little too wet. You just add some more bread. And if it seems too dry, you just can add some milk. You don't have to make more custard. What was that? I think he already knows we're making this not a pie, Christmas pie. He wants some. So here are our bread pieces. Let's move on to making our custard. So first ingredient for our custard is half a cup of brown sugar. Next up, half a cup of white sugar. A quarter teaspoon of kosher salt. Mix everything, kind of break up that brown sugar a bit. If it's sort of sticky, don't worry about it. It'll dissolve when we add our liquids here. Now we're gonna add 1 cup of whole milk, 2 eggs, and half a teaspoon of vanilla. And let's mix this all together. Break up those egg yolks. We wanna make sure the sugar all dissolves in here. Like I said, if you have any lumpy pieces of brown sugar, because sometimes that'll stick together, just break it up. Really want to get those eggs incorporated in the milk here. All right, let's get this added to our bread mixture. Just gonna pour this over here. See some of that brown sugar in there didn't dissolve, that's all right. We're gonna mix it all in. And I just like to get in here with my hands and do this. You wanna get all this bread saturated. It's gonna get super squishy and lose volume. It's gonna just kind of shrink down as it absorbs all this liquid, but that's what we want. We're not trying to mash it. We just want to make sure all the pieces are absorbing the liquid and there's no pool left in the bottom of this bowl. So see, if you lift it up and you look in the bottom, there's no pool of liquid. We want the bread to absorb all of that. And I'm gonna add some more bread here. Got a couple slices of white bread, just breaking that up. Get the pieces in here, and we'll work everybody in. Make sure those new pieces absorb some of that custard so they're nice and mushy. I'm going with a couple more pieces because I can still feel this is a little bit wet. And again, if I go too far, I can add a little bit of milk here. That's why this is such an easy thing to make. It's very forgiving. And if you see any of the white of the bread, you know it hasn't absorbed the custard. So just keep working it, turning this over, getting those pieces in there. All right, I'm gonna cover this with a towel for about 5 minutes to let that custard really absorb into all the pieces. Then we'll get to adding our special ingredient to this. All right, our bread pudding mixture has been sitting under this towel for 5 minutes, absorbing that custard. Now it's time for our special Christmassy ingredient. And what is that ingredient? Chocolate peppermint bark. So as you can see, it's just in squares, and we are gonna break this up into small pieces and mix it in here. It's gonna get nice and melty in there when we put this in the oven, which reminds me, you should be preheating your oven to 350 degrees now. So let's just start taking small pieces of this, breaking it. Maybe steal a taste. We want this not a pie Christmas pie loaded with this bark. Put as much as you want in there. If you don't want to put the whole thing, you don't have to. I'm gonna put the whole thing, I think. All right, and now we're gonna just mix this in. Get those pieces distributed. Some of them are gonna be poking out, and that is fine.
Ho, ho, ho!
I'm hurrying. He's impatient. It's not even Christmas Eve yet. All right, let's get this into our pie dish. So I have my ceramic pie plate out here. This is what I'm gonna be baking it in. You can use a regular glass one or metal one. And I just wanna take a little bit of butter here and grease the sides and the bottom. Not really heavy, just a little bit. We're just gonna get our bread pudding mixture in here. And we are gonna work it so it fills this dish. Work it into all the little nooks and crannies with a spoon, with your hands, whatever you wanna do. We want this compacted in here. Oh, look at all that chocolate and that peppermint bark. This is gonna be so good. Now, some people, when they make bread pudding, they take the crusts off the bread. If you wanna do that, you can. I like the crusts on the bread. Let's see here, let's press everybody down. All right, we're gonna get this into our oven. It's gonna bake for anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, and it's really dependent upon your oven. The way I like to check it and I see is just stick a toothpick in the center there when you pull it out. Is there anything clinging to it? If not, if it's cooked clean through, then we're good. So let's go ahead and get this in. Well, here is our not a pie. You can see it is nice and hot. There's still some bubbling going on at the edges here. We're gonna let this cool for 30 minutes because we're gonna dress it up a little bit with a little bit more Christmassiness. And I don't wanna do that when it is like lava hot right now. So I'll see you back here in 30 minutes when we dress this up, cut in, and have a taste. So our not a pie has cooled down enough here. Let's dress this up. First thing I wanna do is just kind of give it a little snow here. Some powdered sugar. Next, I've got some red and green sprinkles we're just gonna kind of put around here. Really small, but they're not gonna be alone. Got some little Christmas tree candies that are going on here, just for a little bit of interest. Now let's go ahead and cut a slice. Let's see how we did. Oh, yes. That is what I wanted. You can see that nice moist inside with all those chocolate and peppermint bark bits. Now, if you wanted to, you could put some whipped cream on this, some honey, anything you want, but this to me doesn't need anything else. Oh, just that interior. It's almost caramelly because of the sugar in there. Here we go. Absolutely forget the Christmas cookies. Put this out for Santa. This is amazing. Oh, that oozy chocolate in there and the peppermint bark. Oh, it is really bad that this is this good.